Algebra 2, Lesson 4. We'll be doing the practice A and B right here. And then we'll also be doing example 4.3 as well. Starting with practice A. Expand using distributive property. Distributive property is very simple. If you have one polynomial outside of a set of parentheses, you multiply that polynomial by each individual polynomial inside the parentheses. So we'll take this times this and then multiply it by that. So let's just start. 2 times 2 is going to give us 4. A, negative 4, and A, we can make this really simple. We can just write them out and simplify everything later. So we'll put A, negative 4, A, 1, B, 0, B squared, C at the end, all over CX squared. Next one, this multiplication right here, we'll have the minus sign, then we'll have 2, A, negative 4, A, negative 2, B, 0, over C, B, negative 4. From here we just have to simplify our answer, combine all the A's and then cancel anything that we can cancel. So the 4 will come down and be the same. A, negative 4, A, negative 1. Those combine to just negative 4 plus 1, which gives us A, negative 3. So done with those. B0 and B2 combine to just B squared. C over C cancels, and that goes away, and then all of that stays right over X squared. And then, you know, if I want to make this negative positive, I'll go ahead and move that down to the denominator to become a positive A cubed. Then we have minus 2 stays the same, negative 4, negative 2 becomes A, negative 6. B0 goes away, over C, B, negative 4. And then to make exponents positive, I can move that to the top, move that to the bottom. So our final answer, we'll just write this without all the things crossed out. We have 4 B squared over A cubed X squared minus 2B4 over CA6. That's the final answer. Next, example 4.3, we're just solving equations. First, we're going to simplify any parentheses that we have, or polynomial parentheses. This first one, we can use distributive property on this negative and distribute it inside the parentheses, so that would make that negative 2x minus 5. The 12 goes in front. Then we just have negative 2, distribute the positive, so plus x, and then that still remains minus 3. Positive times a negative is negative. From here, our goal in this equation is to put all of the unknowns or variables, the x's or the letters on one side, all of the whole numbers on the other side. We can do that by using our rules of equations. Anything we do to one side, we do to the other. If we want to move a number, we use the opposite action to move that number to the other side of the equation. And then we're gonna, so we'll start by, since this negative 2x is negative, I can move it over there by making it positive. So if I add 2x to each side, the negative 2 and the positive 2 will cancel out, and then the 1 and the 2 add up to 3x. I also want to get rid of these whole numbers and move them over to that side, so I can add 2 and add 3. So then if I add 2 and then I add 3, those will cancel. And then I have 12 minus 5 plus 2 plus 3. The plus 2 and the plus 3 turns into plus 5. Plus 5 and minus 5 cancel. So then I'm just left with 12. So 12 equals 3x. Divide each side by 3. 3's cancel. So then x equals 4. Last example. So this one looks a little bit more difficult because we got fractions, but it's the exact same rules as above. We'll start off with distributive property here. We'll turn this 2 into a fraction, 2 over 1. So 2 over 1 times 1 over 8 becomes 2 over 8. 2 over 1 times 3 over 2x would become 6 over 2x equals, and then we're going to distribute the negative. Negative times negative makes this positive 1/4 x, and then that becomes minus 2. We still want to get all the x's on the same side, so we'll add 6 over 2x. And then we want to get rid of this whole number, so we'll add that on each side. So the goal is to move this negative 2 over here, this x over here. These cancel, same number, opposite signs. These cancel, same number, opposite signs. And then we have to add. This actually reduces to 1/4. So 1/4 plus 2 could just be written as 2 1/4. Over here, we've got 1/4 plus 6 over 2. We need a common denominator to add these fractions. So 6 over 2 can be rewritten as 12 over 4 to have it a same denominator. So 1 over 4 plus 12 over 4 equals 13 over 4x equals 2 1/4. From here, I'm going to turn 2 1/4 into an improper fraction by multiplying and adding. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So we have 9 over 4 equals 13 over 4x. Last, I need to get rid of this coefficient of 13 over 4. I do that by multiplying by the reciprocal, 4 over 13. The 4's will cross cancel, the 13's cross cancel. I did it to one side, so I do it to the other. I multiply this side by 4 over 13. Again, the 4's cross cancel, and then we're just left with 9 over 13 equals x.